Last night was one of the craziest fantasy football performances that we have seen, and it came courtesy of Kyle Pitts. I really hope that you were not playing against Kyle Pitts in the opening round of your fantasy football playoffs, or I really hope that you did not give up on Kyle Pitts and have him on the bench if you had him on your team and you somehow made the fantasy football playoffs. Because Kyle Pitts...
He got that. That's the first touchdown. You're like, okay, good. Kyle Pitts has given enough to the fantasy community. Okay, there's a catch. We're talking, like 9 points at this point in time. All right.
Oh, there's another one.
Okay, Kyle. That's a long one. Where we at now? Maybe 10 or 11 at this point? Okay, great. No more Kyle Pitts. Nope. Wait.
Nope, there's another one.
Nope. And that's 6 in most leagues. Am I not mistaken? So that's 16. So now I was like, okay, Kyle. Plus the yardage on top. So that might be like 17 and some change, something like that. So we had about 16 points. Here Kyle goes again. Just another 10, 12-yard run. It's like, okay, we're at 17. Kyle, you can slow up a bit, dog. You've done it. You're good. No. All right. Okay. Kyle is giving us 20 points. That's incredible.
I live with somebody who was playing against Kyle Pitts.
That's awful. I'm sorry, bro. 24 plus a yardage, like 25? A 25-point Kyle Pitts game? It's got to be over at this point in time,
nope.
Jessica. It's not?
Oh, it's not over.
It's not?
It's still ongoing.
And I'm not even doing PPR, so I don't even know how many catches that is.
I'll tell
so if
you when
do
we get to the end of it.
That's probably, it's been like 5 of those, so we're probably close to 30 at this point. There's another catch, 31 and some yardage. Thank God he went out of bounds and didn't score. That got to be around 32.
Every time he ran out of bounds, Chris was like, oh, thank God.
Oh, my, another catch. Now we had about 33, I'm guessing. He can't get into the end zone again, can he? Boop. Are we talking about a damn near 40-point performance from Kyle Pitts? What are we doing here?
Kyle Pitts in PPR leagues, based on last night's performance.
Look at this booty cheek. Left cheek, right cheek. Left cheek, right cheek. Right cheek right there. All right.
45.6.
45-point performance from Kyle Pitts in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Clutch.
5th highest points for a tight end in PPR in fantasy football history. In half-point PPR, 3rd most in history with 40.1. 11 catches for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Falcons' win over the Bucs. This is a fantasy football legendary performance from Kyle Pitts. If you don't pay attention, if maybe the Falcons aren't on your radar constantly, or you don't play the great, beautiful game of fantasy football, you might not understand the frustration that Kyle Pitts fantasy football owners have had for years, the butt of the joke that Kyle Pitts has become, mostly courtesy to the play calling of the Atlanta Falcons, but I digress. But last night, by putting up 45.6 points in PPR, that equates for 7% of his career fantasy football points. 7% of his career fantasy points happened in one game last night. He is, truly, notoriously one of the most frustrating fantasy football players from an underachieving status. And he had 2 double-digit games in PPR through the first 12 weeks of the season. To his credit, he had 2 good weeks going into the playoffs, which led a lot of fantasy managers to put him in their starting lineups going into the playoffs. But man, you have a lot of 6-seed teams out there saying, all right, let's just put Kyle Pitts in and say a prayer. And now they're going to take down the 1 seed in their fantasy football playoffs. Like, this is the kind of lore that will be discussed in fantasy football playoffs for eons. I had 4 fantasy group chats. I woke up because I fell asleep with like 5 minutes left in the game, but I knew how it was trending. I had 107 texts, and I think 93 of them were about Kyle Pitts' performance last night and how it impacted the fantasy football side of things. So anyway, shout out Pitts, shout out Falcons. No, can't do much this year, but you can ruin things for the Bucs, and that's always a fun place to come from.
This is all that game took place, but it's all about Kyle Pitts. It's all about that fantasy impact.
And God bless you if you had Pitts and Bijan Robinson playing against you.
Come on, man. Why would you have that? Did somebody draft outside of Falcons fans? Did somebody draft Bijan and Kyle Pitts? Is that a combo that we?
I have it in 2 leagues.
You got
not
that?
Not me. I see it with my eyes in 2 leagues.
Oh my gosh.
I have Bijan, but I have a bye because I'm the 2 seed.
Ooh, I'm good at fantasy
I know everybody
football.
loves to hear about fantasy football.
But no, like this is
worth the fantasy football conversation.
That was the type of performance that everybody, when they gather around for drafts to come, multiple drafts, 10 years from now, somebody's going to draft a dude, and everybody's going to be like, yo, why are you drafting him? It's like, oh, you remember Kyle Pitts? You remember that? I hit
doing
on
it.
that. I'm
I
doing
hit
it
on
again.
it. He led me to a championship because I was able to win my first round matchup, and I will draft him every year from here on out as a courtesy.
There'll be like articles coming out from now on around this time of the year. Like, hey, who could be this year's Kyle Pitts?
Yes.
And they'll give you 5 or 6 players who might be able to give you a big game. And of those 5 or 6, none of them are going to give you a big game. They're all going to combine for 18 points. You're going to be mad that you picked one of those dudes up off of waivers, but you're going to do it because Kyle Pitts on December 11th, 2025, went off for 3 touchdowns and 140-something yards on, 9, 10 catches?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's good stuff.